Hello, hello.
Oh, hello. I'll try to behave myself.
I won't hold you to it.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
You got us, your two sassy old ladies. And today we're going to talk about the three things that we're working on right now to move the needle forward in business.
Yes.
So
Super exciting. Super
yeah,
exciting.
Vicki and I are like, we're always on a mission. We're always learning, always getting new certifications, doing different things. So today we tell you about three of the things that we've been working on. First, I'm going to let Vicki talk about what she's doing. She is a hypnosis, and for all of you who haven't listened before, she's a hypnotist and she's amazing. Vicki, can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and how you've been helping people?
Yeah. So I do hypnosis. And if you've never experienced hypnosis, I'm going to be sharing a video soon that is just a little bit of a teaser about what hypnosis is and feels like. So keep watching for that. But I was looking at some people that I have helped, and there's one in particular that I wanted to share because for those of you that know Christine and I, we recently did an amazing course where we helped women to drop 5 pounds in a week. And we've created an actual digital. Oh, yes, there's our book. Yeah, there's the book. And then there's actually the digital course that goes with it, which is the live workshop that we did. And so it just felt appropriate to share this particular client that I worked with. And I took her from sugar slave to sweet freedom in just one session. So she was a woman who came to me because she had been diagnosed with diabetes and she felt completely powerless because she had this addiction to candy to where she stopped every single day on her way home to buy this convenience store and bought a Snickers bar every single day. And she said she couldn't seem to stop even though she had been diagnosed with diabetes and she had all of these different health things that were coming up because of it. So, in this one session, I helped her to do a sugar reset. So that, and I gave her a personalized audio that she would work with at night. So she would not only had that session, but she would listen to this recording every night to reinforce it. And she was able at that point to drive past the gas station and not even think about it. And even if she had to go in the gas station, which she would avoid like crazy because she didn't want to get the candy, but then she would go, she was able to even go into the gas station, pay for her gas, walk past that candy aisle without even stopping for the first time in years. And this was right before Thanksgiving when I worked with her. And she even was at work. She sent me a video testimonial. Anybody that wants it, I'll be more than happy to share it. But she even sent me in this video, she had a big work thing that everybody was bringing things for this work gathering for Thanksgiving. And she said it was filled with cakes and pies and cookies and just every decadent thing there was. And she did not feel the need to take part in any of it. So she said that she realized now that sugar no longer calls her name. And she was able to enjoy the entire Thanksgiving season without constantly feeling deprived or feeling guilty that she was going and indulging in things. And so her immediate results were that she had a 90% reduction in added sugar intake, ended her daily candy runs, and had confidence in managed diabetes long term. It was the most powerful thing for her. And it just kept getting better from there. And so just one session. Now we did more sessions on other things, but that one session was the thing that kicked her over the edge. So she didn't constantly feel like she was controlled by sugar.
I love that. So, can you share your screen? Can we listen to her testimonial?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
While you're doing that, I want to tell a different story about this hypnosis. So, I was part of a group where Vicki did a hypnosis. One lady had an addiction to black licorice, and another lady had an addiction to what was it? What was it?
Honey roasted peanuts.
Honey roasted peanuts. Thank you. I had a mental block there. And so we did this whole hypnosis. And at the end, the lady that has a licorice, I know. So I asked her, like, if you still had it, she still hasn't had any. She hasn't had any cravings for it. It's such a weird thing and I don't really understand how it all works, but it works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It was amazing. So let me share my screen real quick and let's see if I can get it to pop up. It's actually on my Descript here. So can you see that?
see it.
All right, here we go.
I was diagnosed with diabetes a couple years ago, which is definitely a shock. And I have a massive sugar addiction, even knowing that I can't give it up. And you hypnotized me to give up my sugar cravings. Of course, I can still have it from time to time, which is great, but I'm not even craving it. And it's the holidays right now. All of my favorites have been laid out at Thanksgiving: pecan pie, pumpkin pie, ice cream, and I just touched a tiny bit of it, including my bad habit of going to that gas station to get candy bars every day, and just so grateful. I had tried everything under the sun. I didn't believe I could be hypnotized, and your personalized recording on top of that is helping tremendously, and that is so sweet of you. You genuinely care about people, and I love that about you. And yeah, I can't believe it just took one session, which is nice. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and excited to do away with the sugar. Again, I can have a little bit, but at least I'm not craving it anymore. Thanks again.
Ooh, I love it. That's so exciting. You know how I feel about sugar. I think
Yes,
sugar
yes.
is definitely the root of all of our issues in terms of metabolic problems. So kudos to you for solving that for her.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, what a blessing. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And that leads me to our next section where we're talking about our program. So Vicki talked a little bit about it. Oh, let me just back up for a second and tell you that you can book some time with Vicki to do your own personalized hypnosis if you wish. But onto this. So we created something we call the FIRE method. And it is all about fat loss through inflammation reduction, regulated insulin, and elevated energy, so that you absolutely feel your best. It's not about deprivation. We fuel our bodies to the max, but we keep that insulin regulated. And so we have a bunch of options. You can work one-on-one with us on it. You can take the course in which you get the free book. You can just buy the book. So there's a lot of different options. I will pop them into the show notes or into the comments with links if you wish to do that. But we're super excited. Both of us have had great results on this. Our clients have had great results on this. My son has actually lost 70 pounds doing this. My husband lost 30. So we know it works. And it's more about feeling healthy long-term in life than it is just dropping the fat right now. That's our help for midlifers. Or midlifers.
Yeah.
Not on the older side of midlife. I don't really plan on living till I'm past 100, but
Hey, I do.
whatever God has intended for me, I will deal with. But my plan is to go out gracefully. Yeah, so that's the second thing we've been working on. And I promised you 3 things. So we were very fortunate. We met up with a woman named Nicole, and she has a business as she supports women in business. And both Vicki and myself are training with her to become facilitators for women in business, which has been really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, most of us are women in business. Sometimes you take a step back and you don't really realize, hey, there's a lot to this. And nothing against men. I love working with men. I've worked with tons of men. But women are different. We're different. We have a different way about us. Oftentimes we have different responsibilities, whether it's being a mom, being a grandmother, or being a single, whatever. We have different responsibilities than men. And so we manage differently, we operate differently, but it's our job as facilitators to help women understand how they can do it in a more efficient, more authentic way.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing too is even though we're focused on helping them in their business, it filters over into their personal life because when you're working on coming at things from your intuition, when you're working on having clearer boundaries and better communication and all of those things that you need in business, those also are important things to have in your personal life. And it just makes it a lot easier to do all that. I didn't mean to interrupt. I did. So go ahead.
This is how we operate. We interact all the time. We're like sisters from a different mister.
That's right.
Spend a lot of time together. We're business partners, and we're just 2 crazy old ladies. We're okay to interrupt each other. It's all good. Because oftentimes you forget where you're going. You start talking about something, and then you're just forget. And I am never usually at a loss for words, so I could keep going forever. No, it's true. It's
Well,
true. The cool thing about this facilitator training is that it's international. And so sometimes we take for granted in the US, we're both US based, the way things are here, there's a lot of women in the workforce. There's a lot of women in companies in high level positions, working for themselves. But that's not so in a lot of the countries. So we have women that are in Switzerland, in near Russia, not exactly sure where she is.
Yeah.
UK. We have women in
I think there's only 2 of us in the US, right?
Australia, the rest are Canadians. So they're all over the place. But their dynamic of working is completely different than what we are used to. Like they may be the only woman on the shop floor, or they may be the only woman in the business, or the only woman that owns her own business. It's so different from the US. Like we are just, even remember we were talking about like maternity leave.
Mm.
It's an entire year off for maternity leave.
Yeah, crazy.
That's just blew my mind. I was like, what? And the men get time off for paternity leave, I guess it is. So it's definitely different doing international business stuff, but the core values, even though it's for women, men also have the masculine, feminine styles of leadership. So it's not just females that exhibit that. Everybody can have empathy. Everybody can have a more milder way to work with people.
Yeah.
So
have a different communication style, so it's not like
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vicki's wonderful about putting into words exactly what we're learning. I pull my way through it because I've been in business a long time and I worked with a ton of men, both in like when I worked at Xerox, when I own my own businesses. I always seem to pick male dominated industries, being a chef, being a florist, it sounds crazy, but that's just, I don't know. That's how it always went. What is like one thing that sort of surprised you about this facilitator training?
I think how there's several, but one of the main things to me was how much I already knew from all the education that I've taken. And I know it's the same for you because you and I have been studying the human element and coaching and all these things for a few years, right? So isn't our first rodeo. And so a lot of it is just a little touch of something different, a little nuance, a change of words or whatever, and how amazing it is to feel more confident because we already know some of this stuff and to get this extra twist on it. And I guess for me, it's seeing how helpful this actual part of it will be sharing with other women in the workforce.
Yeah, I love that. So our next step as we become facilitators is to work with the clients that are brought in, but also for us to outreach to other organizations to teach this information. And maybe you can talk a little bit about your background, Vicki, because you've done NLP, you've done countless programs. So maybe you could just tell everybody a little bit about what you've studied.
Okay. First off, I became a hairstylist. Been a hairstylist for over 30 years.
I consider similar to a therapist.
Yes.
Because you hear everybody's life
Yes,
story.
yes. So I like to say that I did therapy for people for years before I ever took coaching certifications. But I started out my coaching life as a certified health coach. And I love that so much. I became a life coach and then a master transformational coach. Then I studied hypnosis, NLP, EFT, and then I'm also taking a different type of hypnosis course right now, which is a little bit deeper in. It's hard to explain at this moment, but just know that there's another certification in there that I'm working on. I have actually right now I have 5 different hypnosis certifications because one's just not good enough because every one of them, each modality is just a little bit different. So I feel like it gives me another tool on my tool belt. And so when I'm working with someone, this one hypnosis the way you go into it maybe not be right for this one person. So I pull from another. So I just have a lot of different tools in my toolbox. And I've taken business courses. I've been part of having mentors and masterminds. And so it's a kind of a never-ending cycle because it's just like technology changes constantly. So we're actually right now, I know you and I are getting schooled a lot on AI and how to use that in our business. And we're really taking advantage of all of that. And so now I've got a school thing that I'm doing. I'm learning from you with all your bread dough and everything, but I'm in two different school programs that are about AI as well. And so it's just, there's so much there that I don't think I'll ever have a time that I'm not in some kind of course.
I love that we continue learning because
Yeah.
you're never too old to learn.
Yeah.
And this is why we started the podcast, because we keep learning new things and keep growing our business and keep moving forward and keep moving forward. We take messy action all the time. And this is what I'm going to tell you. You can take messy action too. I probably take, I don't know, 20 to 30 courses a year. Not because I really need them, but because I have this like thirst for knowledge. So I teach baking, but I still take continuing baking classes. I still need to learn. And because there's always new stuff coming out. So while I teach it, and I have a great sourdough class, pies and tarts and all kinds of fun things, I always want to learn the next level stuff because it's important. And I'm a health coach and I have a degree in finance and management and I love marketing. I teach fitness, you name it. I love to do all the things. And while common words of advice are you have to niche down, you have to, like, your business needs to be in a niche. Yeah, I blew that out of the water. I don't niche at all. I am a niche at everything. I love it all.
Yeah.
And you have to do what feels right in your heart. I would rather do 100 different mini businesses within one container than stuck one lane and not be able to expand myself.
Yeah. And really quick, one of the things that's coming up as we're talking about this is everybody has the capacity to learn more. And what I hear from, remember, I'm a hairstylist too. So I have some older clients and even some younger clients that I will mention something and they'll say, "Ooh, I would never try to do that," or "I don't think I could learn that," or "I'll call my daughter and have her walk me through it. I'll have somebody come and do this for me." And it makes me feel bad for them because they are taking that stereotypical thing about when you get old, you don't have the capacity and you have to have somebody else do it. And I always will remind people, how old are our presidents? Our presidents are not young whippersnappers. They are in their 70s and they're running the country. So you can't.
Wisdom with age.
That's right. That's right. So I just encourage everybody, if there's something in your heart that you think, "Oh, that would be so cool to know," learn it.
Yes. That's what makes you a sassy old lady or old man. Let's go. The world needs more sass. The world needs more get up and go. We've lost that. I have adult kids and their personalities are like real different than mine. Like I have one who's really chill and one who's spazzy like me. But I'll tell you, it's a different world out there. But we can catch up. We can do it. We can keep going and growing and all the things.
Yeah, all the things. That's it.
The things. All right, my friends, let's leave you with this. We're going to leave you with some homework, okay? So I want you to take a look at Vicki's hypnosis stuff. And I'm going to drop the information about our menopausal program. Actually, I should just say midlife because there's a lot of men that have been effective. This has been effective for. So take a look at our fire method. Take a look at the book. Take a look at the course we did, the mini course. And always reach out to us. We would love to connect with you. We're just super approachable. If you have questions, if you have a topic for us, anything at all, hit us up.
And if this has felt inspirational in any way, put a like and subscribe and make sure that you share this with someone. Maybe you're not in this age of life that we are. but maybe you know someone who is, and that you would like to inspire them to be more and do more as they age, then definitely share this out.
Please do. It helps us. Make sure you hit that subscribe, that like button, put some comments in there. Whatever you can do to help us get the message out. We need these sassy old people.
Yeah, let me ask. I think we should ask them a question and they could answer the question.
Do it. Do it.
Ooh, what should we ask? What do you think?
It's been your greatest adventure so far this year.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I love it. Definitely share with us in the comments and let us know. We would love, we will come back and make sure that we promise that we will come back and look at those and respond. So have a conversation with us. We would love it.
Wishing you all love and light.